All right, so here we are. This is our first podcast with Carolina Film Network. I know a lot of people have been wondering, well, who is Carolina Film Network? Well, what we are is an actual organization. We're not just a Facebook group. We're a nonprofit organization for all of you filmmakers out there, to include ourselves, because we actually make films too. So let's go into an introduction into who we are.
Hi, my name is Faith Creech.
And I am Andrew Gadgetar.
And I'm Mr. Christian Manganelli.
Awesome. And the businesses that we own are, we have our nonprofit, which is Carolina Film Network. And what the purpose of Carolina Film Network is to bridge the gap between industry professionals and up-and-coming filmmakers, or just your regular average Joe filmmaker, so that we can actually have a chance to get insight and network with people who have been there, done that, so to speak. And all of us are still learning as we go along, but there's nothing wrong with learning from each other and helping each other out, and just kind of combining those efforts into making better products of film for the Carolinas that we're trying to boost, but also for independent filmmakers as a whole. So we actually have members. We have over 1,300 members all over the world.
And growing.
And growing.
Yes.
And we are hoping to grow that even more. And you'll find out pretty soon with the more things that we talk about as to how you can get involved and how we can help you out. So in addition to Carolina Film Network, our production company is Picture Media Group. If you see our shirts, it says Picture Media Group. This is our production company that we actually make our films and produce our films and produce other films or whatever we produce, media arts related. We do all that through Picture Media Group. Now, in addition to that, we have PMG Film Studios. This is our new studio that we're actually building on our own property to be a major motion picture film studio. In addition to that, the main purpose of that studio, which I'll get into later, is for independent filmmakers. So segueing from that, also what we have is we're the founders of Freedom Festival International Film Festival. We just had our first year this year.
Very
and,
successful.
It was great. I loved it.
It was lit.
People loved it. It was amazing. Lit. It was amazing. And that is an international film festival. We had films from 7 different countries, and Faith will talk about that in a minute. So also what we have, if that wasn't enough, we have American Pit Fighting Academy.
Yep,
Which is his shirt.
If you look at his shirt.
Right here.
That's it right there.
2 monks fighting. All good. Well, awesome. Essentially, a little rundown on American Pit Fighting Academy. We started very humbly, actually teaching out of another gym, just, a little rental space. And then from there, we essentially grew, branched out, got our own spot. And somewhere along the line, we kind of like branched in to entertainment and film and stuff like that. And, just our collective experience alone just, told us that we wanted to create something that's more visceral, more vibrant, and ultimately, what ended up happening is PMG was born, Tactical Cinematic Development was born, our little tactical stunt team was born, and from that we truly created something unique that up until now was really, really not seen in South Carolina. So we're establishing a very, very strong, unique footprint and creating our own niche, as you will. Now, in addition to what we do with actors, in terms of getting them ready for whatever role they're playing, especially if it's an action role. It's not just cinematic violence in, that hand-to-hand stuff, but it also has to do with how to properly use weapons, sidearms, rifles, and stuff like that, and make it look ultimately legit, exciting, visceral. And in addition to that, we also train actors on stuff as simple as how to fall properly on film without hurting themselves.
Safety.
Safety is always number one. Safety first. Yeah. We even have a class just specifically designed and devoted to set safety, because oftentimes when you're an independent film, these are things really you don't think about because you're thinking about the art of it, but you also have to take into consideration the safety of it. The other thing that APFA does is we teach, self-defense. We're literally a martial arts university. We teach the psychology of the fight. We teach you how to ascertain certain situations. And our art form is a collective of our what we've learned individually, and we combined it to make it something practical, powerful, and ultimately effective. And we just combined the traditional with the eclectic, and we deliver it in such a way that's easy to understand and in some ways fun. So that's what we do here at APFA. And we've, I met Andrew way back in, what was it, 2009? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
The American pit fighting's been around for a very, very long time. For a while. So, hey, that's what we do. APFA all day.
So getting back to Carolina Film Network, why should you come to these meetings? Okay, so we have quarterly meetings. We used to have them once a month when we first started, but now we've grown so much, we've gotten so busy and it's really tough to get people sometimes to actually like speakers to come and
it's easier to schedule
them quarterly. So we moved to quarterly, and it's really been working out. We love it. So every quarter we have a meeting that's set up to where it's at the beginning of the meeting, we probably show like about three short films of independent filmmakers like yourselves that submit films to us on the Carolina Film Network website. And then once we show those 3 films, we get them up there for a talk back. After we do a talk back, where people can ask questions and stuff like that. Then we get into, if we have a guest speaker, we have a guest speaker come up, or we have a subject matter where we talk about, let's say if we were talking about, fight and stunt choreography. We would get up there as speakers, or somebody else in the professional industry would get in there as speakers.
Our last meeting, we had 3 or 4 different directors of film festivals come and speak about what they look for and about their festivals.
Oh yeah, so it's like you have the speakers talk, you have the industry professionals talk, and Q&A back and forth with the community that's there, and it's open to the public, of course. Yep. And then from there, it gets into a pitch session at the very end. And at the pitch session, it doesn't matter who you are, what it is that you do. You can be a person walking in on the side of the street who's like, hey, I just came in here because it sounds like y'all are doing something cool. I like it, and I want to act. So if any of y'all need an actor, like, I'm here. What's up? Like, it's that simple. It's networking is that simple. Just putting yourself out there. That's the whole purpose of the pitch session. You can be a director looking for crew, or you can be a producer looking for a whole crew or actors or whatever.
We personally have gotten crew and actors from networking at the CSN meetings.
Same meetings. At the same meetings, we pitch our projects too. And so we get plenty of participation and people to work along with us and stuff like that at these meetings. So that's the basic structure of the meetings. So in addition to that, with Carolina Film Network, what we're going to be doing with these podcasts is giving you an opportunity for the people who can't make it to those meetings to actually come, or not come, but to watch these videos. Mm-hmm. We're going to have like certain topics that we'll cover, whether it's production, whether it's pre-production, whether it's, it might just be a whole, thing about lighting, or we'll be talking about films that have come out recently or that are coming out, anticipating films that are coming out, kind of critiquing things.
Everything film.
And just and then we'll bring in guests and stuff like that. We'll talk with guests. And then we want you guys to send us any questions that you may have. Maybe there's a subject that you want us to cover. We'll cover that subject matter. And then we'll also, if you send us, let's say, films, send us premieres that you have. If you have a premiere coming for your film, we'll come and do interviews on the red carpet for you. Yeah. We'll come and do interviews. We'll bring you in here. We'll interview you. We'll sit you down. We'll get the word out there about your film premiere coming up. We'll also, if you have a film festival, or let's say you have a film festival that you would like for us to attend, we can come out there. We'll do a write-up, and we'll do
also do interviews
and stuff like that.
That way you can have some video.
Absolutely. And then we'll share all that stuff on our network.
Yeah. Also, send us your martial arts questions. Oftentimes people watch these films, they have all this action stuff, and they wonder, is that real? Would it work in real life? Could I go do a three-finger fist punch and really knock a guy out, or whatever the case might be? Because you never know. People come up with all kinds of stuff. We can answer all those questions and more.
Absolutely. I think what we did the last thing that we did with sorry, the thing was down. I don't know why I did that, but the last thing that we did with was it the women's conference?
Yeah.
And we had a question at the very end, which I've actually never been asked this question, which was what to do if you're attacked by a dog.
Yeah.
How do you defend yourself if you're attacked by a dog? And we answered it, but it's like, it doesn't matter how simple the question may be, or if you think it may be silly or something like that, ask. And just understand that stunts and stuff like that and action is not always about fighting. Mm-hmm. So it can be as simple as, hey, we want to have this person jump off of a 2-foot ledge. There's a proper way to do that, believe it or not. But we can get into all that whenever y'all request that stuff. So, without further ado, another thing that we do with Carolina Film Network, we have which is coming up this month in a couple weeks, the Ghoulish Oktoberfest.
I'm already scared.
You should be. It's going to be super awesome.
I'm literally wearing a diaper right now thinking about it.
Faith, go ahead and tell me about the Ghoulish Oktoberfest.
Sure. So the Ghoulish Oktoberfest this year, we have 8 filmmakers. They had 2 weeks to make their films. We give them 2 categories. For example, we did like horror and comedy, drama, sci-fi, crime, fantasy, just to name a few. So we gave them 2, and they could either combine them or they could pick one. Their films will be turned in on the 21st, and you will get to see them on the 26th. Our meeting is from 2 to 4 at TAPS Art Center on Main Street. It is our last meeting at TAPS as they are closing down, so make sure you come out and show some love, as they have always supported the arts. So we show the 8 films, and we give out prizes as Best Director, Actor, Actress, Cinematography, Score, and then we also do our Audience Choice Award. And this year, our Audience Choice winner will get a distribution deal. Nice. So their film will be shown before a full feature in at least 7 theaters on the East Coast. As of now, hopefully more, but as of now, it'll be the 7. And we are also doing a costume contest. So you have to come dressed to impress as your favorite Halloween character. And, well, it doesn't have to be Halloween, but, and we have not really announced our surprise.
I will be wearing my gorilla suit.
Yes, it is the best gorilla. Yes.
God help us all.
I got a custom made King Kong suit made.
It is
some
amazing.
Years back, and I have no problem being him every year, and it's fun.
Everybody wants to take pictures with him. It's hilarious.
Cool. Cool.
I think I'm going to come as Elvira since I'll be hosting, and it's scary. What are you going to be, Christian?
So what was
I'm going to be Hispanic.
So we have not announced our prize for our costumes, but I promise it's going to be really good. I'm working on something awesome.
The reason I say I'm going to be Hispanic is because, just so no one gets offended, I am Cuban. Y'all español, so, that's the best costume I know. Hey, bro, ¿cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo suerte? All that kind of stuff. So just so you know.
He really is Spanish.
It's true.
But that's really pretty much it for the Ghoulish Oktoberfest. Make sure you come out. Again, it's from 2 to 4 at TAPS Art Center, and it's going to be a great time. It is a $5 cover charge, but it goes to TAPS. So,
that does not come to us at all. They go straight to TAPS just for the venue and to show our appreciation for, showing support to the arts.
Yeah.
To TAPS.
Yeah. So for less than the cost of a meal, you can show support and appreciation for the arts, which goes a long, long way.
Yes.
Meal is temporary, arts are forever.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, Faith, you want to tell me about Freedom Festival?
Sure. Yes. So Freedom Festival International is our film festival. We had it in August this past year. It was awesome. We showed films from 7 different countries, and we showed 45 films,
45.
and I think we had 5 screenplays. It was really amazing. It's a 4-day event. We kicked it off this past year with a concert and had 3 days of films and, of course, our award show. I wish we brought a trophy we could show them. But this year, for next year, we are already getting prepared. So we will be opening up submissions this week. So if your films are ready, go ahead and submit them this week. Keep an eye out. I will be putting that on CFN as well on our group page.
Don't hesitate, motivate. Don't be late.
Yes, and we will also be announcing, we do usually 3 to 4 different events during the year, so keep an eye out for that. We'll probably do like a charity event this Christmas.
Yes, we have several events coming up. We'll have to keep everybody abreast of what's going on. All right, so PMG Film Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain to y'all what we do at PMG Film Studios. Like I said, we are building it. Right now, it's still being designed. But we are also distributing films. So we know how everything goes with the tax incentives and how in the Carolinas right now, our tax incentives are pretty much used up before we can even get a chance to use them.
We're still fighting for new ones, though.
Yes. And in addition to that, a lot of times on the independent side, we can't really afford to even get these tax credits and things like that. And they're, it's very limited. So in addition to that, if you think about the regular distribution of film, a lot of times, when you submit your films to film festivals, a distributor may come up to you and offer you some sort of deal because they see your film as a profit for them. That's pretty much all they're looking at it as, is a profit for them. And so they may give you what may seem like a sweet deal. And at the end of the day, it's pretty much for their profit. If you've ever dealt with a distribution company, which we'll do a whole segment on distribution some other time, but I'm just going to do a basic rundown. The distributor has their fees, and then they also have the fees of the expenses that they have on top of that. And so they have to curtail those expenses and the fees that they already charge you to convert marketing, print, conversions into DCP format, into a whole bunch of other stuff, captioning, all these things that they have to pay for. And then that comes, whatever they offer you, that starts coming off of anything they give to you or offer to give to you. And so at the end of the day, you're lucky if you make any money off of your film, if not even owing them. It happens a lot. Yep. It happens all too often. So, what we wanted to do was we wanted to cut out all the middlemen, and we wanted to give the filmmakers an opportunity just to get a good start. So, which is another thing that a lot of distributors do. They procure your films for contracts that are like 5 to 10 plus years sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And they have all that time. Let's say if they offered you like 50 grand or 20 grand, like they have all that time to pay you back. You have to really understand the fine print that goes into these contracts. And a lot of people just don't. And they see it as a sweet deal. Imagine you a filmmaker that spent 2 or 3 grand on a film or less than 10 grand on a film, and you're being offered double that or 5 times that. Like, it's exciting for you.
Yeah, it looks good.
But at the end of the day, that all comes with a cost. Yeah. So, like I said, what we want to do is give you a boost. So instead of procuring it for 5 to 10 years, we do short-term contracts of only 2 years. And in those 2 years, you get a dynamic, full red carpet premiere for your film. And right after the red carpet premiere for your film, you get a week run into all the theaters that we have, which right now, like Faith said, we have 7.
7.
And we're growing. And hopefully, hopefully before the end of the year, we'll grow to...
By the end of this month, we should have some
more. By the end of this month, hopefully we should have some more. But we're hoping to have, to be able to match what you normally see regular commercial theatrical distribution do. So, but we're going to start on this level to where you can at least get your film commercially released in a theater first. From that week run, then we'll go in the DVD and online sales. And like I said, instead of saying, oh, well, you get X amount of dollars and we'll take all these fees, we're assuming all of the fees, all of the conversions, all of the print, whatever we have to pay for, we're going to pay for. And then any money that we make from the box office sales from the theaters, where they take their percentage and then we take our distribution percentage from that, you get 20% of whatever we make. And then after the theatrical run, all of the other distribution, whether it's DVD, online, whatever, you also get 20%. A percentage of whatever we make goes back as incentives for filmmakers, for independent filmmakers. So instead of having to depend on your legislation and stuff like that, we'll actually be able to give grants. We'll actually be able to repurpose those funds back into the film community, back into the independent film community, so that if you come to CFN meetings, if you follow these podcasts, if you're active in the community, if you, employ students in your films, whatever we have established or whatever, when you apply, and this is a little bit further down the road, but whenever you apply for these grants, that you will be able to get them. Okay. And these might be somewhat smaller grants, but they're going to give you a huge boost to be able to make those dynamic films that you guys are trying to make. So again, it goes back to the community. This is a business, so we are going to take, whatever is left and repurpose that back into the film studio, because it's going to be expensive to build this film studio.
Yep.
Yes.
I do want to plug this in there. Be on the lookout for whenever we do start asking everyone to try to get involved, because you can get involved into the building of this studio and put your footprint to say you took part as part of the film community, that you took part into the structuring and the building and the pushing of this film studio, because this film studio is for all independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to look, all the big five, they already exist. Okay, now it's like the big six.
I was about to say the big six.
Right? But they already exist. That's cool. We're not on that level.
And one thing that makes our studio different too is our live sets.
Yes. So the structure of our studio is, it's going to sit on a big plot of land, and each acre is going to have a live set. So the front acre is going to have two sound stages. And, of course, it's going to have a main office. It's going to have
hookups for trailers.
It's going to have a classroom settings for us to do teaching there. It's also going to have a screen room and stuff like that in there, and a big parking lot. And then as you go down the property, you'll see each acre is going to have a different set. There's an acre that's going to be a beach. There's an acre that's going to be just straight wooded. There's an acre that's going to be just plain, like a blank canvas. There's going to be another acre that's a Western set. Another acre that's a tactical training, and it's like a tactical training set where you can actually do tactical training. You can also do an obstacle course and all of that. That's also on that 1 acre. And then in the back 3 acres, there's going to be a castle with a small village around it and stuff like that. Also in that castle, we're going to also use it it's going to double as so many different types of venues.
Wedding venues.
Weddings. So you want to have weddings there, you can have weddings there. Special events, you can have special events there. We're going to be slightly selective, but it's not just going to be about film. It's about the arts. It's about providing opportunities for people to grow, and about, just getting involved with the community. And where this property is in Cassett, South Carolina, which is, it's like, 20 minutes?
It's like 30 minutes from downtown.
It's like 30 minutes from downtown Columbia. Yeah. It's really not that far. It's right on the other side of Camden. And Camden, if you know anything about Camden, it's historical. It's beautiful. It's where they have the Carolina Cup, horse races. It's amazing. It's amazing. Cute little town. So, let me say this, just so that people understand. On the right side of the property, because of legality issues of filming on train tracks, along the entire right side of the property is going to be a train track. specifically for filming.
Yep.
It's going to have 3 carts, just the base of the carts. So it'll have like the
track
frame,
wheels.
the frame, and then just a base, so that you can build whatever time period or whatever type of set you want on top of each cart. So that's going to be on the right side. I think that's it as far as the.
I mean, literally, gone will be the days, and you independent filmmakers understand this fully, but gone will be the days when you have to do all this guerrilla filming and hope the cops don't get you, or hope, some rental security is not going to be up your butt about something, or, just going through or let's say you need a specific type of set, paying out the yin yang hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a little bit of time. That's going to be gone. We're actually doing something that has never been done before, never been seen before in the Midlands. We're going to be centrally located. We're going to have all these sets. Everything is going to be just reasonable. And we understand what independent film, and independent filmmakers is all about. Independent filmmaking, I should say, is all about. And this is one of the many reasons why we're doing this. Plain and simply, it's not just about us being an island and being a business. We are a community, and all of you are part of that community. We want to bring you in. We want to make you part of this and make it a lot easier. There's so much talent, so much untapped talent here in South Carolina. And, there's no reason why we can't be, like Hollywood. We can't be like Hotlanta and all that stuff. In fact, there's no reason why we can't be better, because right here, right now, at this very moment, this is fertile ground. This is fertile ground. And there is no reason whatsoever we can't create our own industry here and be a genuine force to be reckoned with. Genuine force. So, this is one of the many reasons why we're having this podcast, and we're opening it up to you so that, you can, have your voice heard, have your questions answered, and grow within your art form.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what we're doing right now is we're actually procuring, we're in the process right now of procuring 8 feature films. So you guys, this is a call to action for you guys. We're looking for 8 feature films, and they're going to go through the little process of, evaluation. We're not looking for, we're not doing, too explicit stuff or whatever, but I'm not saying that it can't be explicit content, but just it needs to be artistic. And
we'd like a wide variety.
Yeah, we would like a wide variety, but they will be evaluated. Send in your submissions into PMGFilmstudios.com, and just go on the contact us page and you'll be contacting Faith, and she will be getting with you and corresponding, and we'll go back over the specifics and stuff like that to see.
Which are also on the website.
They're also on the website. So look on the website under the distribution tab, or the link on the website that says distribution, and just look back over it, because the deal's not going to change for anybody. It's going to be the exact same for everybody, so that it's even, fair across the board. Period. All right. So, but with those 8 feature films, of course, we have the short films that we're going to be looking for at different film festivals and Freedom Festival International, all the film festivals. We'll be going to checking out films, and we'll be attaching those films at the beginning of those feature films, accompanying those feature films, along with the trailers of those upcoming films that are coming out. All right. So that's basically how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. And we look forward to giving you guys more content with the podcast. Also, if you guys, again, like I said, if you guys want to sponsor, send us information. Yeah. And I'll go back through the quick rundown of all the websites one more time. So all of our websites are, and you can contact us through any of them. It all goes to the same place. All right. So let's see. Carolina Film Network, NPO.org, PMG Film Studios with an S.com, or PictureMediaGroup.com, or AmericanPitFighting.com, or FreedomFestFilm.com. And these are all the websites, and we all get all the same information. It should be the one corresponding with you. But now, like I said, you got faces to match. You got faces to match with Carolina Film Network now.
Yes, now you know who we are.
Now you know who we are.
And also to elaborate on the sponsorship is for this podcast and for Freedom Festival International. We are not, we'll wear your shirt, rock your cup, mention you repeatedly.
I will wear your socks and your underwear. No specific order. Just saying.
You heard it here first, folks. Christian will wear your socks and underwear. Yep. All right. So thank you guys for checking us out, checking out our first podcast. This is our introduction podcast. And from here on out, Carolina Film Network, like I said, is a real network. We're going to be looking at you guys soon, checking you guys out, doing reviews, write-ups, interviews, works.
Yep.
All right.
And make sure to email us with those questions and things you'd like for us to cover as well.
Yes.
Stay on your grind, stay on your hustle, do your thing, put in that.
Cuídense.